given 10 minutes, so starting now. Hi everyone, I'm Tommy. I'm the head of systems at Honest Burgers. For those that are not familiar with us, we've got 39 restaurants in the UK and about 850 people. Today, I'm here to share our journey so far around AI. Just a disclaimer, I am not an AI expert. I'm an operator and I look after systems, and I'm just genuinely interested in AI. So some of the things today I'll share with you around what I found out during that journey. So first to start with, AI needs to solve a problem. Without solving an actual problem, it's just a little bit of a gimmick. And it's something I've come across a lot speaking to platforms and systems in the industry. Some say, oh yeah, we've got AI. Yeah, they just help you to write a post. This is not really a problem. You know how to write a post. You know how to put a message to your staff. So it's something you can go on ChatGPT and get done. So it doesn't really solve a problem. Or it helps you to build a recipe, where if you build a recipe, you probably have already a recipe that you want to put into your system. So it's not really solving a problem. So there's a lot of gimmicks out there that you can just ignore. Now, why the move to AI? I'm not going to go in depth through that because that's been already addressed a little bit earlier this morning. But the main challenges in hospitality, obviously, are around the workforce shortages, cost pressures, obviously, that's happening this year, and then retention issues with when you manage to actually get someone. Now, how is AI addressing those challenges? I think when you look at AI, you need to look at what productivity you can get out of it, saving time to your managers so they can focus on customers or on their staff, anything that could streamline your scheduling or optimize your shift and support any operational decisions. Revenue opportunities as well. AI can ingest a lot of data and help you to unfold where you could potentially be, leaving money on the table, or areas where you can actually invest more to generate more and increase the performances, and obviously balancing the human touch. So AI is there to complement, support, not to replace humans, especially in hospitality. And my key takings from going through that journey, and my little bit of advice to you today, if you want to start that journey, is first to look at your tech stack. Make sure you have an integrated tech stack. Anything that should not be there, just get rid of it. And also make sure you have a strong API that gives access to AI to actually have live data. A lot of systems don't have a very solid API or send you the data the day after. It means you can't really get live insights and decisions. Cultural buying, making sure that everyone is in it, understand why you bring in it and what are the benefit of it, from management all the way to front lines, and making sure that they know it's not there to replace them, but just to make their life a little bit easier, to automate some of the tasks they don't like to do. And then readiness for change. So making sure that anything you invest money in around AI is either to improve the guest experience or to improve your team productivity. And as I said earlier, AI is an enabler to human creativity and efficiency, not a replacement. And that's my observation so far. So kind of AI to date, up to late 2024, it was really kind of pull and on demand. That means that you go to AI, you ask for something, it brings you back either an action or a report or insights. It's very, you go and ask for it. I think going into 2025 now, what I start seeing more coming out on the market, it's more of an autopilot in action. So AI is there, always looking at your data and giving you prompts and actionable insights. So telling you, your sales are actually going down compared to what you forecasted. You might want to review your shift tomorrow, or might you want to cut Bob's shift tomorrow or reallocate him into a different section or anything like that. Or the weather is changing. You might have actually customers using your terrace. You might need to bring someone in. Or looking at how this day is going and your stock on hand, you might actually run out of cheddar by 3 p.m. So actual insights. And then going into beyond 2025, I think what we're heading towards is fully autonomous AI that will start, building schedules for you, placing orders for you, and all this kind of stuff without actually you having to prompt it. So our journey at Honest Burgers, where we started with, is around people's experience and our people's journey. So to date, we had a fragmented employee experience, too many apps. We got a great tech stack, it's so integrated, but that means that when you join Honest Burgers at the moment, you have to download 7 apps. 2 to communicate and get information on what's going on, 1 to get paid, 1 to get your tips, 1 to get your schedule, 1 to do your HR stuff, 1 to do your training. It's just not a great experience when you join. So what we want to do is to consolidate all that into one. ineffective knowledge library. So we use currently Workplace by Facebook. They are obviously sunsetting and leaving the market very, very soon. Most of the questions we see on the group chats, the answers are there, but people are not going to find it, either because it's hard to find, it takes too long, it's too much reading. So what they end up doing, instead of going to find the answer, they just go on the group chat, they just create a lot of noise. Which takes me to the next one. Too much noise on the group chats, asking for covers, asking for stock, asking questions about tech, asking questions about people, relying too much on central support. The answers are there, but people go to central support asking a lot of questions. Obviously, we're here to support and we're here to help, but he relies on us being available to answer on the spot, or it means that we're not available out of hours and things like that. And it's not the base use sometimes of our time when it's a very simple question that has the answer already somewhere. And obviously, we don't have AI. So what we've done is we've done a partnership with a company called Allgravy that will be replacing Workplace, and we're building AI around that. So what we're trying to do is to build a single hub to access all apps. So welcome to Honest Burgers. You just download one single app, and you do everything around your Honest Burgers journey as an employee through that app. Your schedule, your HR, your tips, your payroll. Instant information access. So 24/7 responses. We feed AI with our employee handbook, all the troubleshooting stuff, anything related to our policies, and then you just ask a question in your normal way of asking a question. It will give you the exact answer, 3 lines maximum, and it's available 24/7. We can control what actually AI is responding to the staff, so they get always the answer to what they want straight away. Operational support, so assisting with daily tasks and things that we can automate to save time, but also helping for you to figure out, okay, who's late today, who's available to pick up a shift, anything like that, staff birthdays, automations as well, anything related to leave requests, changing your personal details, all those things can be automated without having to go to the specific platform to do it. Now, as people are doing that, we get a lot of data and a lot of insights. So we understand what people are searching. It means we can better assist them in creating better training materials, or actually action anything that needs to be actioned on the people side or on the operational side based on what they look for. It's more inclusive as well. We obviously have a lot of foreigners working for us. Some are not very good at reading English. They are missing out on some company comms, and they are missing out on some things that are happening in the group chat. So being able to translate in their native language everything that gets published on that platform, help them understanding what's going on and includes them into the culture. And then the big one, especially with my job, is anything related to support and troubleshooting. So, my printer doesn't work, or this is happening, or I've got a leak, step by step on how to fix it. And if it doesn't work, then escalate to a human so it doesn't end up in a dead end. But it means that instead of calling someone straight away, have you tried that? If it hasn't worked, then you get to someone at central support. And this is kind of the journey and example of the bot that we're creating. So a hub for everything. And then as you ask for vacations, for example, it tells you how much you have. And then you ask a query, actually had an issue with my last payroll and things like that. And then he escalates you to a real human to deal with that. But he kind of filter a little bit and give you a quick answer. You don't need to actually ask your HR manager how many days I have. That can be automated by the bot. And then once this is done, there's other bits that I want to explore going into this year that are extremely interesting to me and to Honest Burgers. So AI forecasting, which I'm starting very, very soon. We're doing a pilot with Tenzo and pushing their AI forecast into our scheduling platform, which then leads into AI scheduling. So once we've got the forecast accurate and that works for us, building schedules around that based on our own rules. And then feeds into inventory and purchase platform. So getting the forecast to generate basically baskets to place your orders for your restaurant based on what you have on hand and what you've wasted and things like that. And then we get into the place where you almost have an assistant or a co-pilot that sends you messages throughout the day telling you actionable insights so you can make decisions. You should order more, you're about to run out, you should add one more person. So it's almost having that thing in your pocket that nudges you. And the way we're heading, this is going to become quite big in the next few years. And there's already platforms that are looking at having an earpiece and just giving you some insights when you're in the middle of the shift and things like that. So you don't even have to take your phone out. And here's what we're doing with time. And here's an example of where AI can help in hospitality. I probably missed a lot in there, but when it comes to employee engagement and experience, obviously, quick responses to staff, automations, troubleshooting. finding covers and analyzing staff feedback. When it comes to training, there's some really cool stuff that's happening on augmented reality, where you role play with an AI. You can tell whether the AI person in front of you, is moody, is having a bad day, is quite aggressive. So you can do role play without having this awkward role play with a real human. No one likes to do that. And then you can build customized learning path based on exactly the skill of each individual's inventory. I briefly touched on that, but predicted sales forecast by item, so telling you exactly what each items you're gonna sell tomorrow and next week. Predicted ordering linked to that. Assisting with stock investigation, why you're missing stock. Stock take via video, whether that works or not, but that's something that's already live in some platforms. And then helping you to engineer your menu to maximize profit. Scheduling a lot of things around smart scheduling, optimizing your deployments. So sometimes it's not about cutting costs, but it's about having the right people at the right time. And sometimes it's about investing more people in specific parts of the day when you're actually potentially losing money or leaving some on the table. And then, as I say, Copilot giving you nudges throughout the day on things you could do to actually maximize your day based on how things are going. Reporting, you're probably familiar with that already. So creating, no one needs to know Excel anymore. You just ask AI and it creates a whole pivot table for you. It's great because I never learned how to do them. And then you get, on-spot data using natural language, so you don't even have to know how to talk to it anymore. And CCTV, I think you talked to it briefly around it. There's a lot of very nice stuff that's happening on CCTV. So recipe accuracy, some businesses already have that above their kitchen to check whether all the dishes are made to specs. I know I've done recently a project with Sushi Dog. They are using CCTV for stock control, so they don't actually input stuff in their tills. They just have CCTV that looks whether you take cucumbers or you take edamame and things like that, and that just gets automatically depleted from the stock. Guest queue times, how long people are queuing in QSR to actually get to a kiosk or to get to the counter. How many people are working in front of a QSR and actually going into your restaurant. If you are a QSR, how long people are staying on the table because you don't actually do table service. How many people are actually leaving the queue because it takes too long. You even have systems that look at service steps, so how long people waited until a waiter came to actually take your order, whether the check bag happened and things like that. And then around guest experience, you already have a few things that are live around analyzing guest feedback and giving you actions based on that. There's a lot of feedback about the toilets being dirty. You might want to increase your checks throughout the day, and helping general managers to reply using AI as well in a personalized way based on the actual feedback received by the restaurant. So I'm exactly on 12 minutes, hopefully. So I'll try to power through it. But yeah, thank you very much.